the pandemic, and your paper. In this 3-part series, I'm going to be talking about ways we can save, what we need to do to improve our finances, and the number one thing we need to be doing right now to prepare for a recession. This is episode 2, but if you haven't seen episode 1, you can tap this eye right here. In episode 1, we talked about 3 ways that we need to be saving right now during the pandemic. If you like this type of content, make sure you stick around, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and stay tuned. Welcome to Moms and Money, where we talk about managing money, making money, and saving money for the women in the household. We're talking about the pandemic and your paper, sis. Yes, your paper. There's lots of things we need to do to prepare right now. This is episode 2, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about 3 ways to improve our overall finances right now. Things that we can take action on to really prepare ourselves for what's to come. Unfortunately, I know layoffs are coming. I know so many people who are negatively affected by this. I mean, we're all negatively affected by this, but so many of us are negatively affected financially. So many people are out of work with reduced income or no income at all. So we really have to do our part right now to prepare ourselves and make sure that we come out on the other side of this positively. I want you to know that I'm praying for you. I pray for everyone who comes across one of my videos. I pray that it helps you. And I pray that if you are affected by this financially, I just pray that God gives you the strength to continue, because I know that things are going to get better. We just have to do our part and take action on the things that we can take action for. So you are definitely in my thoughts and prayers, and we're all in this together. Now, I'm going to say this in every single one of these videos. Right now, more than ever, it is imperative that we have more than one source of income. Having multiple sources of income can be one of those things that can really make or break you, especially during a time like this when people are losing jobs, people have reduced income. You really need to diversify and have different ways of income coming in. Even if something's small, it still helps. Even if you have a side hustle that can just maybe pay for your electricity or pay for your water, that is a blessing. So you really need to take action on that. In the description box, I have links to all my favorite side hustles that you can start. Everything from, I have a free course on how to start a YouTube channel. There's a free course on how to start a blog, and a really inexpensive course that teaches you how to become a virtual assistant. If any of those things interest you, the link will be in the description box, because now more than ever, like I said, you've got to find a way to make some extra income coming in as opposed to just what your main source of income is. So many industries are affected by this. I mean, it's the obvious ones right now that you can see, which are travel, entertainment, hospitality, all that kind of stuff right now, are because places are just closed, the economy is shut down. But other industries are definitely going to be affected by this. I don't think there's anybody that's immune to it. So definitely prepare yourself and your family and your finances right now for what's to come. I know we're going to be able to get through this. We just have to be smart about our finances right now. With that said, let's talk about 3 ways we can improve them. Number 1, okay, if your income has not been affected yet by this pandemic, you need to be throwing all of your extra cash right now on your consumer debt. So that's credit cards, car notes, medical bills, all of that. You need to throw your extra income to that. Student loans, you need to pay that stuff down. The more you pay down, when or if it hits you where your income's definitely affected, you won't feel like you're drowning because you can't pay the minimum payment. So go ahead and keep throwing all your extra money at paying off your consumer debt. That is so important right now. Now, also, if you have credit card debt right now, you need to call and see what they can do to help you. Especially if you've been directly affected. If your income has directly been affected by the coronavirus, you have to call and say, my income has been directly affected by the coronavirus. Are there any programs or procedures that you can do to help me? I know for a fact that Discover is helping, Citi is helping, Chase, I don't know as of right now if they're helping, but there are different things that the credit card companies are doing. The main thing that they're doing is they're reducing your interest rate. A reduction of interest rate can change your minimum payment by hundreds of dollars depending on how much credit card debt you have. So call the company, even if your income has not been negatively, directly affected by the coronavirus, you could still call and say, listen, I'm at home during this pandemic. I know everything that's going on with the coronavirus right now. Do you have any programs that you can help me to maybe reduce my interest rate? There's no harm in asking. You never know what they'll say. And if you can get a reduction in that credit card interest rate, I'm telling you, girl, you're saving yourself hundreds of dollars. So definitely take action on that, because that's something easy that we can do. Number two, you've got to create an emergency budget. Create that emergency budget. Prepare your cash reserves for what is to come in the future. Okay, you need that emergency budget. If you can do 3 to 6 months, even 9 months, I feel would be, of course, optimal. I know that may not be doable for everyone, but if you can save enough money to help, you know, as a cushion, just in case, that would give you that ease if you do get that phone call or that email or that Zoom conference call that your income has been reduced, or that, you know, you're being laid off, unfortunately. I pray that if that happens to you, you're prepared. So go ahead and just start saving for that emergency budget if you haven't done so far. If you have been saving for your emergency budget, that's amazing. You know, you wanna, it's like, if you're in the process of paying off your debt right now, I would definitely put some of that money away and save it for your emergency budget, as well as throwing any extra cash at your consumer debt. Because right now, you know, you need to go through your budget if you haven't, to create an emergency budget. I posted a video all about that. You can tap this eye right here. All of the links for free resources are down below, as well as my budget printables for a few bucks. If you like a pen and paper budget, will be linked down below. But you have to create a new budget so you could see how much money you have left over, because maybe you spend a certain amount of money on your kids' extracurricular activities. All of that is canceled right now. Maybe you're not paying as much money on gas if you're not an essential worker and you're working from home. If you are an essential worker, first of all, thank you. I applaud you. Thank you. You are keeping us fed and you're keeping us healthy, and I appreciate that. And so if you are an essential worker, I pray that your company's taking care of you right now, meaning giving you raises, bonuses, or whatever. I know Costco has been doing that. I know Target was doing that. So, and Aldi, I believe, as well. So take advantage of that if that's you, and take that extra money, put it in your emergency fund, and pay off your consumer debt as well. Okay, so you definitely want to do that. You have to figure out in your budget how you're saving, ways to save. The first series in this video are ways to save. Go watch that video so you can take action on those steps, so then you can take that extra money and put it towards your consumer debt and your emergency fund. At this point, I mean, in the past, I would tell everyone to just throw your extra money at your consumer debt. I know Dave Ramsey always tells people to pay off their debt first before they start saving in their emergency fund. First of all, I would not do that right now. I would put a little bit of cash reserves in your emergency budget because of what's going on right now. You do not know how your income is going to be affected 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 9 months from now. We don't know how long it's going to take for the economy to recover. So prepare yourself. Even if you're not affected and everything goes well for you, that's amazing. Then you can take some of that extra money that was in your emergency fund and put it towards your consumer debt. But as of right now, I would split it between paying off your consumer debt and having an emergency fund. Okay, the last thing you need to do to improve your finances is ask for help, you guys. If you are in a case where you're having a hard time feeding your family, or keeping a roof over your head, keeping your utilities on, or anything like that, you have to ask for help. First of all, you're not gonna get evicted right now. When the economic relief plan was passed, no one can be evicted or foreclosed on during this time, during the shutdown, the economy shutdown. So you're gonna be safe there. But if you're having problems paying your water bill or your electricity bill or your gas bill, call the utilities companies. Same with the credit card companies. Call them. You have to tell them, listen, my finances have been negatively affected by COVID-19 or the coronavirus. You have to say that. I've worked for companies before in the past. I've worked for Fortune 500 companies, and I've worked for some smaller companies, and it's all about how the customer words it to them. If you do not say that, oh, I've been affected by the coronavirus, or if you don't say the word coronavirus or COVID-19 at all, then sometimes they're not going to help you. So or offer you the programs that they have in place to assist people. Because trust me, every company right now has a program in place. Okay, so if it's your car note, if it's your credit card bill, if it's your electricity, if it's your gas, utilities, call and ask for help. Tell them, I've been negatively affected by the COVID-19 I need to know what programs or what I can do, what you guys can do to help me during this time. Okay, so be open for help. There's so many food banks right now they food feed people all the time, but especially right now, especially if you were reliant on the school feeding your children breakfast and lunch. There are lots of programs right now where people are feeding children for free. So search what's in your local area to see what's available, and don't be ashamed to ask. Listen, guys, we are all in this together. We are all in this together. Everybody has been affected by this. Unfortunately, some people have been financially really affected by this. So don't be ashamed of it. I mean, we're all struggling. We're all trying to come out of this positively and healthy. So again, I pray for you guys. I pray that everyone is safe. I pray that everyone is healthy. And I pray that God is going to give you everything you need during this time. But it's up to us to take action and move forward with what we can do. So leave a comment down below and let me know. Are you going to do any of these things? Have you done any of these things? And has your income been affected by the big C word? I don't know if YouTube, I've been saying it throughout this whole video. I hope they don't demonetize me, but we'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, you can tap my picture on the screen, and you can also check out the other videos in this series by tapping the picture right next to it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.